Hello guys, uh, welcome to a new video. I'm your host and host. So today we will show and talk about the assistant systems. But first, do subscribe and follow me on the given links. So no modern cars there on the road are without automotive sensors. Okay, as you know, this is 21st century, so the cars are also modern technology. In the previous video I have made about types of assistance systems, but in today's video I will talk about how these assistance systems work, or the basic of these assistance systems do work. So the basic of the assistance systems are none other than the sensors that we have in our automotive systems. Okay, so there are engine speed sensor, for example. There are also found in the airbags on the wheels. Sensor technology is the most important for detecting the closed environment around the car. Okay, and thus for autonomous driving also, and automated parking function. So there are radar, there are ultrasonic cameras, and soon lidar are also coming in the car, which we used to see in our phones. Okay, so there are lidars, light detection and ranging, which we call that. So these types of sensors are now coming into the car. Each types of sensors had its advantage. Okay, they together may complement each other perfectly. So there is no car, if there is no sensors in the car, I don't prefer that to be a car. Okay, so right now we are at level 2 in India. In European countries we have reached a level 3, where the driver can completely knock his hand off the steering wheel and the car will drive itself. Okay, so these are the technologies that we are currently in the market. Okay, so there are many type of sensors in the car. So basically we have first of all we have ultrasonic sensors, which are robust and precise. The piece of engineering technology is primarily used for parking functions. Okay, more especially reverse assistance, parking assistance. Okay, ultrasonics works by sending out pulses into the pulses of sound, and sensing how long it takes to be reflected from an object. This robust sensor technology also has no problem operating in the fog and darkness, although only at a close range. Okay, so within the range they work perfectly, that is up to around 30 feet or so. And next one is the camera. The high resolution makes them great for classifying things. So as you can see, it can classify things around the car. Various type of cameras are used in the vehicle. So up to now the best known have been used to make parking easier, such as rear view camera to operate with high accurate angles. Okay, there are 360 camera which continuously monitor the cars around. Okay, among all the different types of automotive sensors, cameras offer the advantage that they operate with a very high resolution, and image processing is able to accurately access the differentiate between objects, humans, or even animals. Okay, and for example lane recognition, or we have traffic signs, or we have stop signs, or we have red lights or something like this. Okay, so as you can see, we can see here the automatic parking function in the Mercedes-Benz EQS. So this is only possible with the help of ultrasonic sensors and cameras. There are furthermore sensors in the car which are helping the car to park automatically, but the main is the ultrasonic sensor. The ultrasonic sensors are continuously monitoring the environment around the car up to 30 feet, and it can detect perfectly how much distance the car have from the surroundings. And the 360-degree camera captures all the input from the side of the car, which helps to securely maneuver the car in the tight places. Okay, as the recognition is also now based on artificial intelligence, as Morse explained, the image processing system must be taught in different types of objects. That's why there are so many complicated sensors are in the car. Unlike other types of car sensor, camera sensor data can also be used to classify information, as I told you, such as traffic lights, status of traffic lights. Their use is curtailed by the fact that they can be limited by environmental factors, such as, for example, in the night, such as darkness and low lying sun or dirty lens or fog. If there is a fog, it can be a bit off for the camera to detect the traffic sign or the person or something like this. Distance and speeds can also be used to estimate from the image data collection due to the principle of passive measurement. For example, other types of sensor technology are better at this. Okay, and this the sphere of the application of the camera is broad. So the camera view can be a wide angle lens or a normal lens. Okay, so if there is a wider lens, they can be used to identify edge of the lane. Okay, edge of the lane, and support the driver for the assistance functions such as lane departure warning and emergency brake functions, which react to a vehicles but also pedestrian and cyclist also. Okay, so as I mentioned that these cameras cannot or can be a bit of hustle in the fog or in the night time. So for that we have the radar, automotive radar. Okay, rain where rain in fog is no such problem for it. Okay, so which radar stand for radio detection and ranging. This is an aviation technology, yet this electromagnetic sensor technology is now indispensable in the automakers also. So as you can see in this clip, how the radar and the camera together work. So these are continuously monitoring the road, these are continuously scanning the road, and these continuously label the road with the perfect naming on it. As you can see, we have the green and red markings on the road, we have red marking, red, and we have a stop sign recognition also. So let me go a close look and show you. At this first glance, it looks perfectly cool, right? Okay, so let's see how the sensors come inside. So look how the camera feed input and the radar have to make the label area. Remember, this is the computer recognizing all the arrows, distance, stop sign, traffic units for the first time, and is also stored this data in its computer system. Okay, so now there is a stop sign. It can recognize the stop sign from very far behind. So the cameras are so intelligent. It can already detect the stop sign pretty far away. Okay, look, the stop sign is pretty far away, but it has already detected the stop sign, and right behind the stop sign there is a red bar. As you can see on the road, this is a red bar. Okay, so it means that the car has to stop before that red bar. So now please closely look at the left of your screen. There is written wet road, and there is written restricted, and there is written control access, and there is a tire spray, raining, blinded. Please focus on these numbers. I will tell you what these car sensors are so amazing. So look closely on the value, and as the car moves, you can see the reading of the wet road will change, which means that it can detect whether the road is wet or dry by only the camera feed. This is so impressive. So for example, you just imagine this is on the road where the car is going for the first time, and for the first time it can also detect whether the car is wet or dry. On the basis of these input factors, the anti-lock braking system can be more precise and activated. Okay, so the ABS, the brake assist, all these things get controlled together so that no error should be performed in the car. Okay, so the types of sensor that we have discussed above is present in all the cars today. So the LiDAR is the next step. Like radar, LiDAR is also an acronym. It stands for light detection and ranging. Put simply, the system sends horizontal and vertical diffracted light pulses out into its surroundings. Okay, so the scanning allows distance to be measured. The light strikes the object and comes back to a receiver, taking and fixed moving objects into an account. The LiDAR sensors make it possible to create a 3D map of the immediate surroundings, known as point cloud. The big advantage of LiDAR is that it doesn't depend on the ambient light and having to learn objects as a camera system does. This means that LiDAR also responds safely to unknown objects also. And thanks to its active light emission and very good resolution, LiDAR technology enables objects to be precisely classified even at night. These automotive sensors are relatively expensive, but that will change as volume increases. LiDAR technology will also be necessary to make a leap for level 2 autonomous driving. So we are talking about level 2 here. In Europe is called level 4, where the driver monitor assistance systems to level 3 will be initiated. Okay, where the driver is able to hand over complete control to the car itself. So as we can see, each of these automotive sensors has its strength in a given area. Together they create a perfect overall picture of the area around the vehicle under any circumstances. So the fog is not an issue now, the darkness is not an issue now. Okay, and the overlapping of the systems ensures reliability and availability. Thanks to the progress of networking and digitalization, sensor data will become increasingly important. This means that automotive systems sensors are a crucial building block on the way to highly automated driving and eventually autonomous cars. So I hope you learned something new